This is a Calacatapios. The thing about it is, Floyd Mayweather is the highest paid athlete in the world. It was estimated he grossed over $90 million in the last year and didn't earn $1 via endorsements. Meanwhile, he made $50 million more than the top-rated golfer in the world, Tiger Woods, and $40 million more than the single best player in the NBA, LeBron James. Now, today, Mayweather is by far the biggest star in professional boxing. Aside from perhaps Manny Pacquiao, Mayweather is the most relevant fighter in the sport, especially in the United States. It's gotten to the point that the Mayweather teeth, regardless of whether or not it's about the next fight or NFL, NBA game that he bet, keeps the internet riveted for days at a time. When he fights, ESPN doesn't even cross-promote the fights. They air on ESPN2, cover the weigh-in for his fights, and discuss his personality and career impact on many of their rehearsed good guy, bad guy debate programs. So when one thinks about how Floyd Mayweather has become such a huge personality, it's nothing short of astonishing. Think about how back in the summer of 2005, Mayweather had to take less money than his opponent, the late Arturo Gatti, just to be part of the main event on a pay-per-view card. So the question that must be answered is, why has Floyd been able to transform himself into the most significant fighter into professional boxing? Quote, Mayweather wasn't a gold medal winner in the 1996 Olympics in Atlanta, which he participated in, meaning that there wasn't much ballyhoo surrounding his pro debut like there was Muhammad Ali, Sugar Ray Leonard, and Oscar De La Hoya. Actually, Mayweather's teammate David Reed, the only American gold medal winner during those games, garnered much more attention and hope than did Mayweather. Basically, Mayweather fought as a pro 9 years before most qualified boxing fans knew him. So, and additionally, Mayweather severely lacks the charm and charisma that superstars like Muhammad Ali, Sugar Ray Leonard, and Oscar De La Hoya had in abundance. Floyd isn't interesting at all to watch or listen to during an interview, and he can converse during an interview regardless of the format without trying to convince the interviewer audience of his greatness. It's not particularly funny, nor is he that insightful, at least that we've seen, unless he's talking about his career. And Ali and Leonard would be more entertaining watching an interview than Mayweather is participating in one. So, another one is, quote, Mayweather has never been involved in terribly exciting fights. Part of that's due to his mastery of the ring, and part of it is because he picked his spots when he finally met some of the better fights he's faced, especially since he campaigned above 135. For most fighters to be a draw, fans need to believe that regardless of the outcome, they're going to see something thrilling and exciting when they watch them fight. And Mayweather's style can really only be appreciated by sophisticated boxing observers. He's not as fast or flashy as Muhammad Ali, Sugar Ray Leonard, Hector Camacho, or Roy Jones were at their best. He's more of a rich man's Bernard Hopkins, who takes what the opponent gives him and then works off that. Usually, only the really hardcore fight fans enjoy watching a smooth technician work, fully aware that they're probably not going to see a knockout or very memorable punches or exchanges the majority of the bout. Mayweather doesn't destroy anybody. He doesn't leave fighters splattered on the canvas the way that the likes of Bob Foster, Thomas Hearns, or Roberto Duran did during his lightweight title reign. And that's not it's not a shot at him on his style. It's because his style is going to behold if you're watching when viewing professional boxing at the highest level. However, the masses who buy Mayweather's fights want to see knockouts and knockdowns, which cannot be taken for granted when Floyd fights. Enough fringe boxing fans flock to see him when he fights. So. But most of the time, for a fighter to be the face of boxing, he must be off the chart talent with the charisma of the likes of Ali, Leonard, Roy Jones, Oscar De La Hoya. It's a huge draw, but he's more of a media creation that he was a special fighter. See, Mayweather may be a little more cerebral than Ali or Leonard, but he wasn't as skilled, fast, or flashy. Like Ali and Leonard, and Floyd had the perception of avoiding the fighter, who at one time was viewed as having the best chance to beat him, and Manny Pacquiao, which is a shame because there's never been a night during the years that they've been pros Mayweather wouldn't have conclusively defeated Pacquiao. Now, Mike Tyson was the face of boxing during most of his prime. Granted, Tyson's victories weren't against opposition that resembled Murderer's Row, but he did get rid of all the B-level fighters he faced in impressive fashion. Tyson was a draw because he could be hyped and promoted as a genuine life taker, and his knockout record, despite the opposition, backed it up. So it's easy to see why closet boxing fans flocked to watch Mike Tyson. They didn't care that he was facing Ali Foreman, Frazier, or Prime Larry Holmes. They just wanted to see him knock someone out in contrast. As already established, most of Floyd's fights don't end memorably. When he examined his career, there isn't that one fight in which you think about where you were 10 years from now, where you watch it compared to some of the greats listed above. We've seen better boxers than Mayweather, faster and flashier fighters, bigger punchers, and greater warriors than Floyd. Yet his next fight against an unproven Sal Alvarez this coming September will dominate the boxing world, weeks prior to the fight.